We're here back in the Fantasy Bar, big Friday night. MLB, I've got 6 of my favorite plays, including the start of a couple team stacks. I am eyeing up a young starting pitcher in a great spot here tonight. A great value for you over on FanDuel. And of course, my favorite play of the night. Who we talking about? Belly up to the Fantasy Bar and find out. Welcome in, guys. Friday edition Beers Daily Fantasy 6-pack. Good to be back here once again after a couple days off. 6 guys fresh off the tap for you tonight on FanDuel and DraftKings. Now, before we get into the plays, as always, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button, guys. Greatly appreciate it. Helps us out. As I always say, that's the tip jar here in the Fantasy Bar. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and head over to scoresandodds.com/beer. All of your sports betting needs under one umbrella. The guys have been on fire with some of the premium picks and prop plays. Go and check it out today. That link in the description of the video. All right. Tonight, weather looking like a major issue, especially those games on the East Coast, even some of the Midwest games. So we'll do our best to dodge the rain here. If we have to change anything, check back in the comment section of the video. All right, let's get rolling here. Let's start at shortstop with Xander Bogaerts of Boston. So very solid numbers here. Xander Bogaerts, righty on righty. We're talking an ISO over 200, a WOBA approaching 400 here, and very good against fastballs as well. That WOBA over 400 with an ISO over 300. So a ton of power against that pitch. We know we're going to see a lot of fastballs here from Velasquez, a guy that has really struggled with right-handed hitters over the last year and a half or so. WOBA over 360, and you see that ISO number giving up a ton of power at almost 300 here. So Bogaerts, again, got to hit righties well. Velasquez struggles against righties. Simple math here. Xander Bogaerts, solid play to lead us off. All right, we're not done with Boston. Let's stay there. Get that stack going with outfielder JD Martinez. Martinez on an absolute roll right now. 8-game hitting streak going, 4 multi-hit games for him over that stretch, and big numbers against righties. Actually leads Boston with a 251 ISO, big 371 weighted OBA, and a 51% hard contact rate. We've talked about anything in the high 40s is good. You're north of 50. Solid numbers here for JD Martinez. Velasquez not only giving up that ISO and WOBA we just talked about, but that power mix we love to look at as well. The combination of fly ball rate and hard contact rate, 49% fly ball rate, 42% hard contact rate. I think Boston, a great team to stack up here tonight. Xander and JD being my 2 favorites here tonight against Velasquez. All right, let's go to starting pitcher. A lot of options on this slate. Some guys a little bit more expensive here. We're going to go down a tick with Logan Gilbert of the Mariners. Now, Gilbert dominated this Tampa Bay team last time these 2 teams played, and that was in Tampa. We're talking 7 strikeouts season high. We're talking almost 28 DraftKings points in that one, also a season high. And this guy, 20 has been the floor on DraftKings for him in every single start this season. So obviously a good matchup here for him. Some people worry about seeing a team another time. I see the strikeout upside, and I want to attack this Tampa Bay team. 5 of the projected bats at 24.5% or higher strikeout rates. A lot of those bats in the 30s against right-handed pitching here. So Gilbert, a tick too cheap. I think he may go a little bit ignored here tonight. Solid option tonight on both FanDuel and DraftKings. All right, back to the bats here in this one. A big pricing discrepancy between the 2 sites. We're going with outfielder Austin Meadows of the Tigers. Now, I realize this Tigers offense has not been scoring a lot of runs, but Austin Meadows, very good numbers here against righties. Really like this matchup for him. So I don't know that I'm stacking the Tigers, but if you need a one-off play, especially over on FanDuel, under 3,000 for this guy feels like stealing. I don't hate the price over on DraftKings either, but let's get in some of the numbers here. Clearly leads this team with a 369 weighted OBA, big 275 ISO against righties, and Garcia, a guy definitely, like I said, want to attack here with Meadows. 350 WOBA allowed to lefties, ISO over 200, and a solid 39% in both the fly ball and hard contact rates here. Meadows, way too cheap on FanDuel. Cash game lock. Get him in those tournament lineups here as well tonight against Houston. All right, back to the infield, back to first base with Josh Bell of Washington. So Bell had a nice little run here. 4 multi-hit games for him over the last 6. So swinging a good stick here, a good pitching matchup. And again, you find all this information in our Plate IQ tool here at RotoGrinders. But you're going to see a lot of fastballs, a lot of sliders here from Berea. About 70% of what he's going to throw. Bell, 406 WOBA against that fastball and 361 against that slider. Berea, 371 WOBA allowed. 2 left-handed hitters since the start of last season here. So you got a hot bat here, guy that matches up well with the pitches. Don't overthink it. Josh Bell in a good spot here tonight. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play. Before we do that, we want to continue our Beast of the Night contest. This is a thank you to you guys. Absolutely free to play, easy to play. All you got to do is get in the comment section right below the video and gets fantasy points for my highest scoring hitter of the 5 bats I'm going to give you on DraftKings tonight. Closest guess wins themselves a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. Chance to check out Plate IQ, which I'm always talking about, and Lineup HQ, the ability to make lineups in a matter of seconds. So, without further ado, let's wrap this baby up. My favorite play for Friday night. You know him as the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. We promised you 2 stacks. We got the Boston one in the beginning. We're going to end with a little Washington stack. Outfielder Juan Soto, tonight's Beast of the Night. Now, even if you don't want to stack Washington, Juan Soto, a bat you definitely want to pay up for here tonight. Guy is locked in. 3 multi-hit games for him over the last week. 3 20-plus point games on DraftKings over that same stretch. The numbers incredible against righties, as you'd expect. We're talking a WOBA almost at 450 against righties. Hard contact rate north of 50%. So really checking all the boxes that we are looking for. We mentioned some of the numbers Beermakersfan allowed. That hard contact at 45% is not what you want to allow to these Washington bats, specifically Juan Soto, in a great spot here tonight. I think he has a massive game. Juan Soto, easily my favorite play on the board in tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll wrap us up for Friday night. The Fantasy Bar, as always, any comments, questions, feedback, hit me up in that comment section right below the video. Don't forget, fantasy points for my highest scoring hitter on DraftKings for your shot at some free RotoGrinders Premium. While you're there, who's your Beast of the Night? Sound off. Let me know who your top play is on this Friday night slate. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Best of luck here tonight. Enjoy the weekend. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next week.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist.